Good day, everybody. Today, Typhoon Tisoy will be coming over Metro Manila. You'll see visibility is very much reduced. You can barely see those buildings in the background. Of course, all of the billboards are wrapped up because if the high winds come through and they haven't been taken down, they could rip down the whole structure. So we're now here in the Quezon City Emergency Operations Center, and we're with Lester Morfay.
We have lots of software systems that we were using in order to determine and monitor the weather system of within the city. This system has its water level sensors, cameras, so it could send real-time data to us using this user interface. So when a certain level of water, it reached a certain level of water, it will do the automatic siren to alarm the public, to know the public that the water level is getting higher. We have also the system. We monitor the system weather situation as of now. The projected rain clouds is now in light to moderate and occasionally heavy, affecting Metro Manila, particularly the Quezon City. So now we have 5 barangays who executed the preemptive evacuations. We have also the Quezon City Police District here, activated all the police station all over the city. We have also the Bureau of Fire here, Quezon City Fire District.
So we're now here at one of the evacuation centers.
We're looking at the evacuation center of Barangay Bagong Silangan. Since yesterday, through the instruction of Mayor Joy Belmonte, we activated our evacuation center earlier. So last night, we already have this facility ready. So when they arrive, social services are already ready to serve them hot meals. Our residents here that are living in low-lying area near the river conducted preemptive evacuation. So just to make sure that they're not going to be trapped with flash floods. This is the partition tents that the city government invested to make sure that when we activate our evacuation center, the evacuees have privacy.
So I asked them if they could show us the kind of food that they have available, and they said basically they're focusing on easy to cook food.
This is a Social Services Development Department, SSDD. Like that.
Okay, so you have
Tuna. It's a variety of 555. We have machado. This one is sardines. Like that.
Okay.
This is for breakfast, champurrado. We call it champurrado. The sweet one, sticky rice and milk and cocoa, ricoa. We can serve as many as 500 families.
Okay, so you're prepared for up to 500.
500 families.
And the evacuees, do they have to pay anything for this?
No, they don't. We just serve them because this is obligation. This is obligation of the government.
Dr. Joselito R. Paulino. I'm the head doctor of Bagong Silangan Health Center. More of their illnesses are acute upper respiratory infection and laceration or abrasion. But today, it's not yet the full-blown diseases. It's only a start for them to evacuate, preemptive. As of now, we have only 19 families. But if it's worse, we have sometimes 200, 300 families. These are disaster medicines, more on cough, colds, fever, and antibiotics. We are also giving doxycycline, which are given to people who has leptospirosis. We have first aid again. If there's any problem, just go to the barangay or the health center and they are prepared to help them.
So I just spoke to the people from Philippine Red Cross. Unfortunately, I was advised that they're not allowed to give interviews, but they advise they do have at least one medic here, that they do have equipment and certain supplies, and that they were here since 7 a.m.
Tawag dito, nagkakandak po kami ng search and rescue. Depende po sa location kung meron na po flooded area sa lugar. As of now, wala pa naman po tayong flooded area. Kaya yun po aming titignan at monitor yung flooded area sa area po natin ng Bagong Silangan. As a fixed order po, Okay naman po. Always clear po dito. Wala pong gulo. Lalo sana itong matapos pa itong aming itong bagyo. Sana manatiling mapapayapa at ligtas ang ating mamamayan.
So far, no incidents.
Yes, sir. No incident as of now.
Okay. And you're going to stay here?
Yes, sir. As long as kailangan po tayo, I still here. We're still here with my co-members, co-police officer.
This boat is using for evacuation for the people here in Barangay Bagong Silangan because we have a typhoon now. Actually, we have 12 boats now in Bagong Silangan.
So this is their second boat. I think this one is made of fiberglass. So here's the river San Mateo. Doesn't look too heavy, although look at the flow of water over there, pretty heavy. The bridge here, well, a little bit questionable, but yeah, seems okay. And over here's one more of the barangay's boats. We're not going to visit them all because it would just take too much time, but it gives you an idea that they've distributed them in various different areas just in case they need to rescue anyone or any other efforts requiring a boat. Over here you'll see the retaining wall for the river. I think that's actually Marikina River already, and unfortunately it's broken. And we're now here in Timog Base MMDA. They have their ambulances, they have their rescue trucks for towing any vehicle that might have crashed, they have fire trucks, they have transport for anyone that might get stranded. And over here you'll see they've got some boats, and they have many bases just like this. And since we have a chance to stop, I'll show you what I brought with me today. These are extra items from what I normally carry, obviously in a dry bag. So let's take a look. First thing is an extra raincoat. It's not a very good raincoat, it's like medium level, basically just in case I come across anyone who desperately needs one. And then what else do we have? We have some paracord just in case. We have snacks, you never know, I might get hungry. Rubisco is one of my favorite brands for crackers, although that's not my favorite flavor, it's just the only one they had available. We also have a blanket, one of those emergency blankets. It's made of foil, but very good. It can protect you from the rain, it can protect you from the sun, from the wind. It's so compact, but once you open it up, it's a real lifesaver. What else do we have in here? There should be a small med kit if I can find it. Okay, there we go. So small first aid kit, just the basics. And then I think there's only one thing left, which is basically a bunch of these energy drinks from Booster C. These were actually given to me. This is my final box. I've been distributing these mostly to the MMDA, but today I was giving them to anyone, basically any of the rescuers, any police, any volunteers, anyone who might need a boost of energy. Good thing about these is they're so small. Imagine if I had to carry around 30 bottles of Cobra or Sting or Red Bull. It would be impossible, it'd be too heavy, but with these I can carry so many and then distribute them. I gave some to the police earlier and a couple of other people. I didn't take any pictures or video because it feels kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right giving them something and then being like, oh, I want you to be on camera. It's only there to help them. So yeah, I've got so many of these in my bag and distributing them to whoever wants them. Basically, this is my final stock. I might ask Boost to see if they can give some more. And yeah, that's what's in my bag. We're now here at one of the MMDA pumping stations, and I've asked if we can check the record for how many times they ran the pump today to basically take the water away from the underpass, because otherwise this underpass down here will flood. No one will be able to pass through anymore. And it looks like we caught them just at the right time because they are running the pumps. You'll see that it sucks the water up and then it dumps it out here. You might ask, won't that flood the area up above? No, it won't, because this is a very large open area where the water can be distributed, as compared to the underpass down below, where if you don't remove the water, it will flood and it will be impassable to vehicles. This is what the pumping station looks like, submersible pumps and generator station, because inside they do have a very large diesel generator, which means they can operate even if the power goes out from the city. They can operate each pump individually And yeah, this is what they do every day. There's someone here keeping a record, running the pumps, making sure EDSA is possible, making sure it won't be flooded for motorists. And the next pumping station is P-Toison. I'm trying not to get my camera wet. This one is quite interesting because there's actually a footbridge that goes over the pumping station. Right now they're not pumping because it's not flooded down below, but they told me they have run it several times today and they're ready if needs be. Again, they have their own generator. And here's an example of how the logbook looks. You can see every time they start or stop the pump, they make a note, and it's good to be organized like this. And you'll see the MRT is still running, which is good to see. And look, even Food Panda on a bicycle out doing deliveries. And in front of the MMDA office, they've got some vehicles and boats on standby. I think there were a lot more here earlier, but some of them have been moved to other areas. And here in Metro Base, you'll see they're monitoring things, monitoring the weather, monitoring the cameras. Some flooding reported in Manila City, but minimal. And the rain has mostly subsided now, I think. So really it's just a matter of monitoring things, dispatch as needed. But it looks like Metro Manila got lucky and not too affected this time, at least most parts.